and thank you
Great
for
morning.
the Pike County Chamber of Commerce Municipal Candidate Forum. I'm Dana Sanders, President of the Chamber. We would like to welcome Tyrone Moultry, mayoral candidate for the City of Troy. All the questions we ask have been submitted by members of the Pike County Chamber of Commerce, and I am the only one who knows which questions have been selected. Each candidate will be asked the same questions in the same order as their opponent. Now for the guidelines. You will have 60 seconds to introduce yourself. You will have 90 seconds to answer each question. When you have 20 seconds remaining, I will hold up this yellow card. And when your time is up, I will hold up a red card.
You had to be a school teacher. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I
Oh,
was. And if you would like, I can repeat a question. Just ask me to do so. At the end, you will have 60 seconds for a closing statement. Mayoral candidate Tyrone Moultry, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for having us.
Please take your 60 seconds and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Moultry. I am born and raised here in Troy, Alabama. I am a proud father of 3, proud grandfather of 6. I have been pastoring here, one church for 18 years. I am a graduate of Charles Henderson High School, and I love to fish. I love to cook, particularly in grilling. I love to grill, and I love entertaining. I am a people's person. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. Number 1, do you support clawback provisions in economic development agreements? If not, why not? And if so, what specific clawback provisions do you think are important?
Repeat the question one more time.
Sure. Do you support clawback provisions in economic development agreements? If not, why not? And if so, what specific clawback provisions do you think are important?
So are you saying callback?
Clawback.
Clawback. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said clawback. Um, can you explain the clawback for me?
I cannot explain a question, but I can repeat it or we can move on to the next one.
Okay. We can move on to the next one.
The city of Troy's population is thriving, while many of the surrounding towns are shrinking. What do you feel is the reason that Troy is experiencing success when other towns of similar size are not doing as well?
Because of the team that the economic development has, Troy has a great economic development team, and the ladies, the gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen are doing a great job in finding businesses, recruiting businesses, and that's one thing I do believe, that you're only as strong as your team. And again, they are doing an excellent job in making sure that Troy grows, and continue to grow. And I know that they are always prepared for the future, and that's one thing that I like about the economic development team, in which I believe that we should always prepare, not just for today. And that's what I like. They're prepared for the next 3 years, the next 7 years, and the next 10 years. And so that's the most, I think, the things that we are seeing now was already in existence. It was already planned for, and that's because of the team that's already here.
The mayor is responsible for staffing the city. Are there any staff members that you would change after Election Day? If so, in what positions would you change personnel?
That's a great question, and there's only one answer. It's like how can I put it? It's like being recruited um, on the Lakers team. You don't get rid of. I mean, you don't get rid of champions. So no, I wouldn't. I mean, that would be ignorant. So no, I would not get rid of, because everyone is I've done my research on everyone, and and everyone is so nice, and so it's already there, and I wouldn't change anything. If those that want to continue to stay, want to work and continue to help the city grow in the direction it's growing, no, you don't change a team. You don't change a winning team.
The city has worked with the Chamber of Commerce and the school systems to establish a workforce development program at the high school level. In light of the fact that schools are governed by school boards and not the city council or mayor, what do you believe the role of city government should be in the establishment of workforce development programs?
Can you read that one more time, Ms. Sanders?
Sure. The city has worked with the Chamber of Commerce and the school systems to establish a workforce development program at the high school level. In light of the fact that schools are governed by school boards and not the city council or mayor, what do you believe the role of city government should be in the establishment of workforce development programs?
I believe that that there should be some type of partnership. Um, it is governed by school boards. I think the city should support in any way that's legal, in a legal way that we can. We should be able to support um, the school as far as the workforce, whatever they're in need of. If there are grants that we can get as a city that would be directly for workforce for those students, I think we should back the school board up, because we are a team. Again, we are a team. You may have 5 starters, but you may have 6 on the bench. So the city may be on the bench and the board is the starters, but we are to work. And when they are in need of us to come off the bench, we should support them 100%, and give them and support them with resources that's within our powers to make sure that the workforce is the kids are ready for the workforce.
The Chamber is recognized almost every year as a statewide leader in the annual Farm City event. What do you believe are the key programs in the annual Farm City event that you would continue?
Um, I am really, and I'm not really familiar with the farm events as much as I love farming. Uh, as much as my little small farm I have, but so I'm really not familiar with the events. Um, and I've seen some of your pictures, and someone grew some beautiful corn. I don't know if that's part of you guys. And I'm like, God, man, look at this beautiful corn. And so if that's part of it, because I really believe that corn is one of our most precious products that we have here. And so, I don't know, I may not be answering your question on that one because I'm really not familiar with the events that the Pike County Chamber of Commerce do with that.
Okay. What matrix would you use to determine specific incentive amounts for economic development?
I would use, we can only, as a mayor, you can only do what the legislation or the city council men and women allow you to do. So it really just depending on our budget. I think right now we have an $80 million budget, and so some of that goes into the matrix of economic development. And so whatever we need to continue to make sure that the city of Troy is growing in a direction, I believe in just doing what's within our power, but not putting the city at a strain as well.
We have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the state, even during COVID. According to published statistics, wages here are higher than most other towns our size, while housing process are lower. What factors do you think are most important in keeping our unemployment numbers low?
Um, Making sure that everyone has an opportunity, those who want to work, making sure that we hire those who want to work and those who want to work um, but do not have the training. I believe that we should have some type of training for the industries that we do have. That the industries that we do have, making sure that we have the correct people to train, that are correct people that are training those who are going into the job force. I believe that we could also recruit more businesses if we had more people to, this will keep our unemployment even lower if we had people who were more trained for certain jobs. And so just making sure those who want to work, keep them working, and those who need training, let's get these people trained and continue to work.
Troy owns our own utilities, whereas other companies use power companies such as Alabama Power. Do you believe that owning our own utilities is an advantage or a disadvantage, and why?
It's definitely an advantage because we have to, um, it's like owning your own business. You can you can govern how that business runs. So when you own your own utilities, you now can govern how it's handed out. You can govern most of all the pay scale. And so we have one of the lowest in the state as far as utility rates. And when I did my background on studies on that, um, even closer cities who are paying much higher, where um, some utilities are more than mortgages, and that makes no sense. And so with us owning our own utilities, we can make sure that each citizen is served at a fair cost.
Alabama is currently governed by home rule as a matter of law, and that impacts the way in which municipal governments in our state can legally govern their towns. Do you support home rule, and why or why not?
Yes, I support it. Um, because we have to be governed, we in whatever way that there has to be, and that's why we have government, to be governed. Every business, every incorporation should have rules and regulations. And so this keeps us, I want to say that this keeps the city also safe, being home ruled. um, and it makes the city council people, members of the city council, it allows them also to do their job as city council
A survey of Troy residents published by the Chamber last year dealt with education. It found that local funding of the Troy City school system was more per student than Enterprise, Coffee County, Dale County, Ozark, and Crenshaw County schools. Given the fact that our local funding is already so much higher, sometimes double what surrounding school systems receive from local funding, would you support a property tax increase to provide even more local funding to the Troy City school system?
That's a great question, Ms. Sanders. I would say it really depends on what, I know you're saying that the tax will go toward the school, but would it go toward specific things for the school? And I think we would have to look at that tax, or is it just for supplies? Is it for to help with busing, maybe with busing, or and does it give a increase to our educators? And so uh, I would just have to really just look at the, why we're taxing before I can answer.
It is important for our local representatives to let our state level representatives know what they support and do not support. There is a bill before the Alabama legislature that is being sponsored by Pike County Representative Wes Allen that would ban the prescription of puberty blocking or gender hormone altering medications to children in Alabama. Do you support this bill that would prohibit the administration of prescription drugs meant to prepare children to change their biological gender, and why or why not?
Wow. Really don't know. Just let me keep it like this. We can't, if a parent wants to, allow a child to do that, that's fine. If that's their choice. But as far as me and my belief, um, I don't support it. I don't. If you were born a male, you are a male. If you were born a female, you're born a female. Um, my beliefs are, when I am I'm a Christian. So when we leave this place and we go to meet our Maker, it's not, oh, you're no longer Tyrone, you're Tyrese or whatever, Tyronda. He's gonna call us by our gender, male and female. So I'm with Mr. Allen on that one.
Representative Allen also sponsored a bill which would make the Alabama High School Athletic Association subject to audits by the Office of Public Examiners. Would you support that bill, and why or why not?
If there's wrong going on with the Alabama Association, yes. If evidently Mr. Allen has found something that's not right, and so Mr. Allen does a great job in with that in his office, and so I don't think he would present the bill if he didn't see something that needs to be done. So yes, I would, and because we have to be held accountable for all of our resources, we have to be held accountable, and I believe that that's what Mr. Allen is doing. He's holding people accountable.
There have been efforts in the Alabama legislature to alter the business privilege tax. Such an alteration would uniquely impact chamber members that are all business owners. Would you support altering the business privilege tax?
One more time.
Excuse me. There have been efforts in the Alabama legislature to alter the business privilege tax. Such an alteration would uniquely impact chamber members that are all business owners. Would you support altering this business privilege tax?
Will it affect them for the good or for the bad?
It would be up to the individual business.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna pass on that question.
Okay. I'm going to give you 60 seconds to make your closing statement.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Moultry, and I am a candidate for Mayor Troy, Alabama. I thank the Pike County Board of Chamber for having this forum. Thank you for being polite. Thank you for being professional. I thank each of you who are supporting the Pike County Pike County Chamber of Commerce to continue to support. So I also just thank each of you who are considering and voting or are voting for me. I am not a career politician, but I am a career servant, and I would love to serve as your mayor. Again, Pike County Chamber of Commerce, thank you for this forum. Ms. Sanders, thank you for your beautiful smile, and thank you for being polite.
Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate your time, and this concludes this portion with mayoral candidate Tyrone Moultry for the city of Troy. We hope that you have found this informative and would like to remind everyone to go vote on August 25th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're so kind.